how does this experience so far with the Lakers in your first year, and obviously there's some things I know you couldn't have anticipated, the bubble, COVID, everything like that. But how does it match up with what you envisioned when you first became a Laker and the type of success you hope to achieve?
Yeah, I just feel like everything's falling in place. You know, when I got here, obviously the goal is to win a championship, and uh, we're 8 wins away. So, um, it's been a great process for me. It's been great, being around the guys that we have. Um, Obviously, been great being around Braun and just helping me through it all. Obviously, at this point now, Western Conference Finals is new for me, so that process is going to be fun. But it's everything that I envisioned.
AD, what do you think you're learning about what it takes to have that killer instinct to close out a series, to get to this point?
Yeah, I mean, you hear it all the time, but defense wins championships, and in order, for you especially to close out a series against a high-powered offensive team like Houston, who's able to, basically score whenever they want, especially with the three ball. You got to be able to lock into your game plan on defense and get stops. So that's been the main thing that I've learned is that no matter how you play offensively, you got to be able to execute, defensively what you go over, especially against good teams. And, the two teams we played so far in Portland and Houston has been great offensively, especially here in the bubble. And so, and then, next series, whether it's the Clippers or Denver, other two other offensive threats. So our biggest focus is going to be locking in defensively and, letting that lead the way.
Hey, Anthony, Mike Trudell back in LA. I know you didn't get as many looks tonight, but throughout the playoffs, your jump shot has just looked really pure, especially in the mid-range. Is being in the same court, the lighting, anything, is something like that helped you get a rhythm, or what would you say accounts for the way you're shooting the ball?
Just getting to my spots. Coaching the team is putting me in a situation to be successful, and it's about just taking my time and finishing. So I kind of struggled early in the bubble, but didn't let that stop me from shooting. Just kept getting in the gym, shooting the shots that I always get in the game, and now they're starting to fall for me.
All right, Kyle Goon.
Hey, D. Look at the past two series, like you're dropping game one, you guys look dramatically better as defense. What's brought into sort of the most more happened with game one is the adjustments. What's stood out to you in this process? What do you think you guys have done well to immediately make those changes?
Adjustments. That's the biggest thing in playoff series is making adjustments. And we know what type of team we want to be defensively, and game one. It's funny because after game one against Houston, we said we looked just how we looked against game one against Portland, and we just made adjustments in game and after each game to be better, not giving them the same dose of whatever our coverage is, and this series is just a little different because their play style is a little different. They don't have a traditional big, and so. Where Portland likes to run a lot of pick and roll action for Dame and CJ, Houston likes to run a lot of isolation basketball. So, it's a little different. But, you make adjustments after each game and try to be better next game.
As a follow-up, do you feel like what you guys were able to do, especially this series, reflects the sort of safety of the players and the coaching staff?
For sure. Our coaches believe in us, the players believe in the coaches. The schemes and the game plans that go into each and every game, and it's been helpful for us. I mean, being able to watch film and break it down. Coaches do a great job of, making sure that the film is easy for us, and talking, through every play, that we can be better at defensively, even through wins. We still have, lengthy film sessions even when we win to make sure that we can be better. because we're going to need to be better in the next round and then, hopefully the finals. So it's not just about now, but it's about the future as well. And we just got to continue to get better.
Dan?
Maybe having seen it for 5 games, what Houston did this year was pretty novel. Like, we haven't really seen people try that to that extent. Do you think that's a style that a team could win with?
I don't know, man. That's up to them. I mean, they've been successful this year. They have a lot of guys who can shoot the basketball. James and Russ can get going at any time. But I mean, we haven't seen it, but that doesn't mean it can't work.
Does it make it feel
It wasn't for me. I guard faster guys. I guard smaller guys, and vice versa. So, like I said, I guarded Russ a lot this series. So it's not a difference for me. But I mean, you just never know. I mean, like I said, we haven't seen it yet, but that doesn't mean that it can't work.
Tanisha, back to you.
What the?
Last 2 questions. Bill Long.
Hey, Anthony, you guys didn't trail in either of these last 2 games, and I know you said early on that, I mean, obviously you guys have had a real championship belief throughout this year, but does the way you guys dominated the end of this series do anything different for you mentally? Like, does it feel more real after the way you guys closed out the Rockets that you are actually this potentially, you said 8 wins, this close to a championship?
Yeah, it just gives a little bit more confidence, especially now, especially when we play offensively. It gives our shooters, and the role players a lot more confidence going into this next series. And defensively, I mean, the way we play, guys been on the string, guys talking, guys covering for each other, just give us a lot more confidence to put pressure on the ball, knowing that someone's going to have your back. So the way we finished the last 2 games in this series is very impactful and is going to help us through the next round.
Last question, Melissa Rowland.
AD, considering the 4-month hiatus and then your guys' struggles during the seeding game, was there ever a sense of concern that you guys would be able to hit the stride that you guys have hit right now?
No, I mean, obviously the 4 months was tough, and it took a while for us to get back. Even through the seeding games, we wasn't looking like ourselves, but we just trust the process. We just kept, trusting in each other. Getting in the gym every day and just fixing the kinks that we kind of lost through that 4 months. Fine-tuning everything, and now we're in a great rhythm, both ends of the floor. So we knew that we were still, one of the better teams in the league, and we can go out and compete against anybody. But we just had to, fix a couple things and get back into, get back into our rhythm and playing Laker basketball, and we've shown that.